I know that sometimes it's easy to treat men like they are these aliens from outer space, and sometimes it's like we forget that they're human beings too. They need love, they need pretty much everything that we want, but maybe just in a different way. So let's talk about how to make a man stay with you. So any man will stay if you do this. Join me right after this. Welcome to the Black Swan Relationship Academy. My name is Unique Swan. I am your head coach and just style concierge here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. But before I go ahead, do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Yes, subscribe, because we're so close to reaching 100,000 subscribers, and we would like to be rejoicing with you. So pretty much getting there very close. Share this video with a friend. Today what we're talking about is any man will stay if you do this. So basically, these are the things. This is the holy grail of the things you need to do to make a man stay. Joking aside, depending on the man that you're dating, as long as it's a high-value masculine man, I need to caveat that. As long as it's someone that you want to stay, not just any man, and as long as it's someone that you actually want the relationship with. So definitely embody these things. I'm gonna give you 8. The 8th one is a bit risky, but you know what? It's part of the truth. Yeah. So let's get into it. Like I said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget. Let's get into point number 1. Be vocal about what you need. Not vocalize what you need and want, but be vocal about it. And before you can be vocal about it, you need to know what you want, right? You need to know what you need in a man. You need to know what makes you happy. You need to know what makes you laugh. Those are things that you need. So before you even get to this place, know thyself. To thine own self be true. Know what makes you tick. Like, venture into the soulmate for a bit and actually really go down into the details of who you need to be before we even start with point number 1. Because how can you tell someone what you want when you don't even know what you want yourself, right? So be vocal. Be vocal about what you want. Be vocal about the things you love to do, the things that you love when a man does for you. And remember, this is in a relationship space, right? This will allow a man to stay because he knows what is required of him, right? In as much as I always tell my partner, look, if it's something I'm doing wrong, let me know. I'm not afraid to be told that, yeah, you need to stop doing that because it annoys me, Unique. And obviously he's going to say it in a kind way. And so I guess there must be something I'm doing right or being right. So to caveat as well, it's not about doing right. It's about being with the person that is willing to do those things for you because they see the benefit in it. And it's not always just about benefit, right? There's so much caveating in this video. Let me continue, please. It's as if I'm trying to protect your ears from something, because I think as well sometimes it comes from the trauma of being a YouTuber, because everybody's always coming after you and everybody's always coming after the things you said and taking them out of context and peeling them and putting them over here so that they can be analyzed over here away from the whole conversation. Let's get back to the conversation. You take it for whatever it is, right? So number 1 was be vocal about what you want from your man, right? Make sure you know what you want first. Number 2 is be his friend. I hesitate to say be his best friend, but if it gets to that, thank God, but be his friend. Do for your man what you would do for your friend. Sometimes, yes, it's okay to go out of your way. I remember a few weeks ago, I hadn't seen my boyfriend for a few days, and he happened to be in my neighborhood because we plays tennis, and I happened to be going out to look for some fabric and just a self-care day, as you do as a Black Swan. And we happened to have a conversation. I was like, oh no, I'm actually on Edgware Road, and where are you? I'm in Mill Hill, which are areas that are north of London, so they're quite close to each other. And on the spot we decided, oh, let's have lunch, which is something that I would do with my friends if I happen to be the area. Oh, let's have lunch. When you're now a girlfriend, it's a different transition to dating someone. I know we always say allow the man to be the one that plans the date, but when you're now his girlfriend, it's okay for you to plan dates. Treat him like you would treat your friends. Yes, sometimes avoid too much familiarity, and at some point it's like you get to a point where you do become best friends, right? You get to a point where you share everything, where you share your life, where they get to know your family, where they get to know little quirks. But there's some things that, yes, you do need to keep to yourself. But to be honest with you, it's okay. So I happened to get to Edgware Station before he did, going back to my story, right? And I was hungry, I was starving, and there was a Nando's just opposite me. I just went in. I kind of know what he drinks, I kind of know what he'd want to eat. I ordered everything, and by the time he got there, everything was on the table. And he's like, oh my God, Unique, you are so full of surprises. Like his face just lit up because he didn't have to now start to order food, especially after driving, after playing tennis. He was already hungry. And that's the kind of thing I'll do for a friend anyway, especially if I know them, I'd already ordered their wine. If I know you as a friend, I would do that if I got there early. And which is what I did for him. And for him, I was like, oh my God, he was surprised. Because as we evolve in our relationship, I'm now being freer to just be myself and be friendly, be more friendly, and we laugh a lot more nowadays. And that date didn't end up in me going to his place or anything. It was just, let's just meet up. And I went back home, and he went on home. He was actually supposed to go and pick up a friend from the airport, and he carried on with his day. But it was nice to just have lunch with my man and just talk and gist, you know, as it were. I'm sure most of you will be wondering, like, what kind of vocabulary is Unique using now? It's okay, it's okay. You will soon discover. You will soon discover what kind of vocabulary this is that we've been adding to these videos. Number 3, be spontaneous. Be spontaneous and playful, which is what I've just talked about, especially if you love this man, you want him in your life. It's okay to sometimes do things that are just out of the ordinary. It's okay to sometimes just be like, you know what, honey, let's just go down to the beach. Let's go and do something together. On this trip, what do you think? Let's buy it. Let's go and have this. I just had a call coming through from my boyfriend to say thank you for taking me out, darling. Like I said, be spontaneous, honeys. Be spontaneous, and be playful. It's okay. Let your hair down, you know, and relax a little bit. Let's stop scaring men off, because they're first enough already, as I was saying. Playful. Let's enjoy being spontaneous, because as girlfriends, we do that sometimes, and it's okay to do that with your man, okay? And remember, this is when you're in the relationship. And number 4, give him space. Allow the man to breathe a little. And I know sometimes we can be clingy, we can be like, I want to see him every day. I want to, you know, I want us to do stuff together. I want this, I want that. But give your man space. Like, look, men are not as emotional beings as we are. And it gets uncomfortable being around emotional beings like that all 24/7. It's okay. Like the day I was talking about, the time when I took my boyfriend out for lunch, it was very spontaneous. We just happened to be in the same area, and we met up and we both went home. But it was nice for him to just kind of just relax a little bit after playing tennis without having to rush around. And as the relationship progresses, I was saying I've been doing that a lot more. Like I was saying, my video was disturbed when he was calling me to say thank you. And I appreciate that, right? It is appreciated. In as much as he's always done that for me, I'll do the same for him. This is where we say it's not a 50-50 relationship, but there's reciprocity in that there are times when he's spontaneous and times when I'm spontaneous. There are times when I can't be as spontaneous as I need to be because life gets in the way. But you have to be intentional about being spontaneous and being playful. So the next thing I was going to say, I was about giving him his space, right? Give him his space to just breathe and be with his friends. My boyfriend of 1 year plays tennis. I really should stop, right? But it's okay to celebrate, right, ladies? It's okay to celebrate. So he plays tennis every Saturday. And it means that I know whatever I'm doing, I need to kind of plan around that and know that I'm not going to see him in the morning for sometimes most of the day. And it allows me to miss him. It allows him to miss me as well. Like, yes, we spend a lot of time together, but we still have our own space, and we value that because things like that allow you to miss each other. There's this one thing that Esther Perel talks about desire and longing. It is only created in absence. So when someone is not with you and they're far away from you, there's that longing and that thoughtfulness that they think of you. And that's what creates it and builds that chemistry. Because chemistry is great from the beginning, but try maintaining it for over years. I'm not sure a lot of married couples would say that you have to be intentional. And by you giving your man space, you allow him to miss you. You allow him to think of you. You allow him to really ground himself and flower himself and let you plan for an amazing future for you. So because I'm only doing 8 points, I'm just going to stop right here and let's go into a little bit of an ad break and let's talk about the breakup course. And you might actually be able to identify some of the reasons why you broke up and you have a relationship and now you're trying to mend and find a way of how to be in a relationship again. So the breakup course is right here for you so you can learn how to break up with your past and move on and really be the amazing partner that you are always meant to be. So I'll be back right after this.
Calling all broken-hearted. Yes, you, I'm talking to you. If you've ever had your heart broken, if you've ever felt frozen in time, totally in love with somebody who doesn't love you back, if you've ever had to walk away from a relationship that you wanted to stay, if you've ever lost love, and if you want to find it again, if you want to be the best version, unjaded version of yourself, if you want to start your next relationship with a pure heart, then this course is for you. You see, in order for us to fly, we need to learn how to jump. You will never know if you can fly unless you're prepared to jump. And it's so much easier to jump when you know how to fall. So in this Breakup Masterclass, I'm going to be teaching you how to break the fall. And I'm going to be helping those of us who are stuck with an old love, who've had to walk away and are stuck in that pain, a way to process and break down that pain so that you can function again, so that you can have the courage to stand on the ledge that is required for love to happen and jump, knowing that if you do not fly, you will break the fall and you will not break a bone. I recommend this course for absolutely every adult, every single man and woman who has ever been hurt by love. I wish you all the love in the world, and I'll see you on the other side.
Hello and welcome back to the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Before I go ahead, please do like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's talk about the next few steps. So today I'm talking about if you really want your man to stay, do these things, you know, be this kind of woman, or really adapting into the kind of man that you're with. So it's never always a cutthroat, this is how you got to be, this is how you got to stay. So I'll go back to number 1 was being vocal about what you want from a man, being his friend or best friend if it allows it, being spontaneous and playful, and the 4th one was giving space. So I'm going to go into number 5, 6, 7 and 8. So into number 5. So you're going to have fights, right? And that's okay. Don't be like me that every time I fought with my boyfriend that I'm in a relationship for 1 year now. Every time we fought, we had a disagreement. We didn't fight, we had a disagreement. I'd be running off to Chengi or everyone, oh my God, it's over, oh my God. He said he doesn't love me anymore, which he didn't, obviously. He just, you know, at times we just had disagreements and I just did not know how to handle them. I was dealing with this relationship like a little girl, basically. And you know what, I own my own little things that I've had to really grow up in. So the thing I'm saying, you will have fights, but the one thing that you don't bring up is his failures and his past. Like anything else, don't bring up the negative something about someone in fights. We need to be grown up enough to just be in the fight and fight about what the fight is about, without bringing Jane, without bringing Johnny, without bringing you did, you did, you didn't, you didn't, you didn't. Let's just fight about, if you're disagreeing about something, stay focused on that disagreement. Don't bring in other things to fit. And if you are that kind of woman, someone feels that they can disagree with you without being punished and being judged for it. This is also about creating a safe space for someone to be moody, because men are moody as well, you know. It's not just us women who are moody. Men can be moody too. It's about you allowing space for someone to just be themselves at all times, knowing that they also have your best interest at heart. Let's go on to number 6. Silent treatment, ladies. I know some of us are like, we would take the trophy of silent treatment. Oh my God, me. That was me. Now I would suffer you. I would suffer you. I would suffer you. If you did not know what silence was, you would know it. You would know silence, and I would break you with my silence. But thank God for salvation and recovery. I don't do that anymore. I am a former silent treatment anonymous thing. So silent treatment is a no-no. Let's not even go into silent treatment, because honestly, talk about things. You have a mouth, use it. Because yes, I know silence cannot be interpreted, but within a context of a relationship, you need to always be clear that, honey, I still love you. I just need time to process. I know I take time to process. The thing is, even if someone is being silent, their energy is shouting. Energy never lies, right? Energy will talk, whether your mouth is mute, whether you put a cover over your mouth. Energy will always talk. So don't do silent treatment. Say that I'm just going through some time. Please give me some time. Ask for space. Ask for time. Just say what it is, and then you go and cool off. Then you come back and talk about it. Always leave room for communication. Silent treatment is really passive aggression. It's called non-violent. It's called violent communication, or non-verbal violent communication, because your energy is violent towards. That's why they call it passive aggression, because it's underlying. It's there. It's seething. It's boiling. You don't say anything, and then it builds and builds, and by the time it comes out, it erupts. So sometimes it's okay, because yes, we always need to regulate our emotion and regulate our feelings. So it's okay to go away for some time, think about something, and then come back and say what it is. But do not treat someone to silent treatment. It's manipulation, and that's what we just don't do as high value women, right? Number 7 is compliment. Compliment, compliment, compliment. Do I need to say it more? Again, like compliment him. Compliment him when he's had a shave. Compliment him when he's put on something nice. Compliment him when he smells good. Because anything or anyone, if you know when you compliment someone, they'll always feel good. You change someone's day by a smile. So always compliment you, and that goes without saying. And then I'm obviously rushing so I can get to number 8, because this is a juicy one. Number 8 is talking about sexuals, right? I know, kind of like you say the thing, intimacy. Look, I know sometimes the whole celibacy trade, when you are in a relationship with someone, it's okay to let them know that you find them attractive. It's okay to let them know that they turn you on. The thing is what you do about it, right? All I'm saying, it's okay to be vulnerable to that extent. And yes, if you have your limits, and if you're waiting till after marriage, then I'd say it's still okay to let someone know that, okay, this is my stop point, but boy, I'm gonna have to repent for this now. And if you are now in the relationship and you have decided that you are going to be intimate, be free. Be free with this man, because you're now committed to get on. I guess I'm really talking to the ones who have now There's a lot more to it, right? So we're talking about once your contract has been signed, once you know that this is going to be your life partner, once you're married, once your contract has been signed, and now you know that I want to be intimate with this one person. I guess in some cases, because again, we are talking about our predominant audience are Christians. Once you now are in the marriage, it's okay to play with your mate, because the marriage bed is undefiled, right? Whatever goes on between the two of you is an agreement between the two of you, and you have to be able to talk about it. You can't now start pretending like, you're a nun and nothing happens down there. And you have to read, because remember, for men, this is very important. This is a very important way of them connecting with you emotionally, and this is predominantly the most that they can express themselves emotionally. So let's never use intimacy to punish a man. Never use intimacy as a way of getting what you want. It has to be, like I said, reciprocal. It has to be reciprocal. It's not always him that's initiating, you initiate too. I mean, we can talk about this a little bit more in Black Swan relationships, because again, when we're talking to a broad audience, there are certain things that we cannot really go in depth with. But what I was going to be saying, honey, if you want to be wild, okay? Just saying. Anyway, I'll leave you on that note. Let it marinate for a bit. Just remember all the 8 points, but especially number 8 if you are in a relationship with this man. Anywho, remember, you are loved, my darlings, and I will see you on another video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on another video. Mwah!
Well done for coming to the end of this video. What I want to ask you is, what have you learned? What is your takeaway? And what are you going to start practicing right away? Those 3 things are how you are going to get the best out of every class here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy. Please put it in the comments so that we can all have a look. So I can have a look, the coaches can have a look, and I promise you, we read every comment. We may not be able to reply to every comment, but we read all your comments, and we want to see how you are growing. And we will see you on the next video.